Hey, what's going on, Card Pack? Today we're going to look at the top 10 overall sports cards that went up the most over the last 7 days. So we'll be looking across all sports at the top 10. This will give us a good indicator of which sports maybe are selling the most, which players are maybe selling the most, stuff like that. So stick around. You want to see that. A few reminders. First of all, the audios from these YouTube videos, you can get them here on the podcast. Link for that in the description. And as we go through the cards in the video, some of them every one of them I'll do buy, sell, hold. The ones that I think are buys or worth considering, I'll send out to the Card Pack newsletter before I publish the video. And that's free, of course, to join the Card Pack newsletter. And if you want to get my top sports card pick of the day, join the Sports Card Society. It's only $12.99 a month or $129 a year. What I do is in the members area, there's a members area for the Sports Card Society, and I publish a video pretty much every day of my sports card pick of the day. It's about a 5-minute video. I show the card, I show all the data and research as to why I like that card and what I plan on doing with it. Am I going to sell it in a month? Am I going to hold it long term? What do I think is a good play on that? Some previous examples are this Kyler Murray here. We're getting this for around a little over $200. Here it is going for upwards of $400 in March. Here's this Chipper Jones. We got it for $70 in January. Here it is going for around $225 in March. And here's this LeBron. Get it for $175 in January. Here it is going for $645 in February. I actually think it's more than that now. I should check on that. But it's kind of a no-brainer to me. Like if all you do is buy this LeBron, and all of a sudden it's worth $645, like that way, way, way more than pays for your membership. And you also being a member of the site, you get access to the private Discord group, which I think is one of the best Discord groups in all of sports card investing because the people in there are experienced. It's an active group, and there's a lot of intelligence in it. It's very, very helpful for everybody. But link for that in the description, SportsCardSociety.com. Let's dive into the content, boys and girls. Here we are in the Market Movers tool. I went to price movements by card. I did not select a sport. And I just picked PSA 10 because the entire market starts at the PSA 10. By the way, I want to get to 3,000 subscribers, so please help me do that. Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Hit that notification bell, too, while you're at it so you get notified when a new video comes out because timing is everything. You really want to see these things as soon as possible. And just because you're awesome and you appreciate the content, which I really appreciate you watching, please hit that like button. Let's dive in. J.D. Martinez is number 1 on the list. 2011 Topps update, pop count of 1126. If you don't know what pop count means, that means a card in a particular grade, how many of them exist. So this card in the grade PSA 10, the pop count is 1,126, so that's how many of them exist currently. Up 125%. Oh boy, let's pull it up. Let's chart it, baby. Here we are. Started the week at 50, went up to 125. Latest sale of 116. JD, what did you do this week? Let's pull up his chart. Well, let's go to eBay. I have his chart up. But I do want to pull this back 60 days real quick before I go to eBay. Whew. And it's nice out today. I live in Seattle, as you might know. Man, it is nice here today, and it looks like I looked at the forecast. It's like straight sunshine. This city, they call it the rainy city. It doesn't really rain so much in the summer. It's just the fall, winter, and spring. But we get a lot of cloudy days, is what it really is, and we don't get that much sunshine. Is the real problem. And this week looks like to be straight sun. In the summer, it's actually pretty sunny, and pretty mild temp. Man, I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited. Leave a comment. Where do you live? Are you feeling, plus being indoors anyways for so goddamn long? I'm just, this summer I'm just gonna use this summer to get the hell out. Anyways, 60 days of this card is 44. Yeah, right here it was at 52 and it just went boom to 125 and then 116. So let's go to eBay and take a look. Nah, I'm not a buy on that. I can't be a buy on. I'm not even gonna look on eBay because I'd sell that. Because that's not sustainable during the baseball season. That's insane. Sell it. I'm a sell on that. Next on the list, Giannis. I still cannot say his last name. 2019 Prism. Pop count of 620. Up 73.5% on the week. Yeah, boy. let's see, started at 35, went up to 50, latest sale of 66. This is a card that just keeps making every damn, it seems like I see it every week. It just like slowly ticks up and then goes back down or something. I've been recommending it as a buy, and I still think there's decent room in there, but with it being up here, looking at this chart, this really gives me some clarity. By the way, if you don't have this market movers tool that I'm using here, this is the most important thing I use in sports card investing. This thing makes me a lot of money, saves me from making a lot of mistakes. I don't know how in the world anyone could successfully do sports card investing without this tool. I'm straight up, that's what I mean. So I'll put a link in the description for it. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month or your first year, whichever subscription you choose. I'm on the year one myself, and I use the pro version. I pay my subscription fee, and it's not an expense. I don't see it as an expense. This is something that makes me money. I pay my fee, but I make way, way, way more money than I pay for my subscription fee because of this tool. Yeah. Anyways, I would be a sell on this now, I think. Not a sell, excuse me. I'd be a hold on this. I don't think I'm going to, because I was liking it as a buy, under 60, but even ideally around 50. Because I think as we get closer to the playoffs, this type of stuff just starts going up. You know what I mean? Because we're a month out from the playoffs, and that's as we get closer to the playoffs, that's typically when this stuff all picks up. A lot of people are like, oh my God, it's the market crashing and doing this and that. I don't mean to be condescending or anything like that. That's certainly not what I'm trying to do, but it's I understand the fear and the discomfort, because there's the truth that maybe one day it goes down and it just kind of keeps going down. I get it, but that's the beauty of the market, because we're batting pretty good percentage of it going back up. So these are the times when I buy things. Off season's typically when I buy the most things, but during the swings of the season and the playoffs and stuff is also when I time things. And a month out from the playoffs on a guy that is definitely going to be in the playoffs and is two-time MVP, right? Was it back-to-back? I think so. Anyways, now on to the next. Barry Sanders. So the market, it's going to swing back up. You know what I mean? Wait till the playoffs come around. You'll see things swing back up of players that are going to be in the playoffs, not the other ones. Barry Sanders, 1989 Pro Set, pop count of 2149, up 71% on the week. I like this card. I like Barry. I think he's my favorite running back of all time anyways. It's him in his Oklahoma State uniform. Started the week at 179, went up to 225, then 185, then latest sale at 282. Let's pull this back a little further. Let's pull back 90 days. So yeah, it was 90 days ago. This card was $115, and it ran all the way up to 357. That's a pretty nice gain. Then it slowly went down to here to about 180. And here's a nice spike up. I don't know if this card it looks like when you look at the chart, you can clearly see it's going down. But as we get about here, it looks like it starts to hit kind of a floor. I think this 180 might be kind of a floor. Let's go to eBay. Let's see what they're selling, what they're listed for. So I like football right now, that's for sure. 230. I don't like it at 230. I don't like it at 230. So I can't see is there an auction going on? Ending soonest. Maybe. So I kind of like. I think I like it at 180. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you can't get it for 180. But I think I'm going to put a link in the description to the auction thing here for you to check out if you want, because it's a good time of year to buy something like that. And it's Barry Sanders. He's an all-timer, Hall of Famer, top, I think, at least top 5 rusher of all time, I think. And I just, 100, if you can get it for under $200, that seems good to me because we've seen it go up to, 300 something, like 350. As we get close to the football season, that probably goes up. And something to remember is, like, as we lead up to the football season, you'll see the vintage legend stuff spike up too, but they don't necessarily happen at the same time as the actual active players. Like, they usually happen just a little bit after. Like, when you see a spike going up in the modern guys, typically you'll see the vintage guys go up shortly after, like maybe a week or two later. Like when the actual season starts off, modern guys tend to go down and vintage guys tend to go up for a bit. Next on the list, Rafael Devers, 2018 tops. Pop count of 31.72, up 70% on the week. Let's pull up his chart. And I'm going to get some coffee. Ooh, that's hot. $31 to start the week. Then 65. Then 52. Okay, that is a rookie. For a second, this little thing down here, when I see this, it's typically not on a rookie card. It's usually on a second-year card. No, I don't think so. Like, baseball season's a good week and a half in now. If I'm going to buy a baseball player in season, it's probably not going to be this guy. Yeah, I'd either be a hold or a sell on that one. Next on the list, number 5, Yordan Alvarez, 2020 Topps Chrome. Pop count of only 193, up 58%. Only 193, huh? Started the week at 110, had a high sale 152, latest sale of 145. Let's pull it back 60 days and see what that looks like. By the way, if you're still watching, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to help me get to that 3,000 subscriber. I appreciate it. So this card 60 days ago was 112, 152, 145. It has kind of just gone up. I mean, he's obviously, 2020 rookie. I mean, Yordan is obviously he's obviously really young. He's really, really young and really, really new, and so people are still a little excited about him because he's fresh meat. What do I think about this? I don't know if 145. It's pretty cheap. Yeah, he's obviously on a good team. Boy, would I be a buy on this? Goodness, I mean, it's just slowly ticked up. It would have been nice to get it back here to Hondo, dish it out at 150. Let's see if we can go find him on eBay at, because I'm tempted. I'm tempted by this one. I mean, I'm not buying a lot of baseball in season. $50 OBO. What's the last one for 145? I don't know what these are about. Let's check out the auctions. $60 the day left. Yeah, here's what I'll do. I think I could be a buy on this because he has room to go. Like, if he does well, people are just going to get excited about him, especially in season, because you get bored during the season, sports card wise. Yeah, I'll put a link to this in the description too, to the auction. Because I think if you can get it at the right price, it's a buy for me. But if not, it's a hold. Rui Hachimura next on the list, 2019 Optic, pop count of 614, up about 55% on the week. Rui's been playing pretty good. The Wizards suck. I think he's like the second. I mean, he's the only Japanese player in the NBA. And if you didn't know, Tokyo is the most populated city in the world. $52 to start the week, $83 high, $80 latest. Let's pull it back 60 DS. Sheboygan. See, he's been playing pretty well, and it's caused, a run up even though he's on a junk team. Which, the Wizards, they just confuse me. They've confused me all season because theoretically they should be a lot better than they are with Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal. Apparently Rui's doing better, but Westbrook and Bradley Beal anyways. I'm like, Bradley Beal, who may end up getting the scoring title this year. Russell Westbrook, who's a first ballot Hall of Famer, gets triple doubles like it's nobody's business. I don't get it. I don't get why they're so bad. I mean, I think their defense is probably terrible. Their defense is terrible. That's probably the biggest reason why. But would I buy Rui right now? No, man, I'm not buying Rui. I'm not buying this. I'd sell it. I would definitely sell this. Next on the list, I can't never say his name either. Aristides Aquino, 2020 tops base, pop count of 2017, up 51.5% on the week. Thank you for watching, by the way, Card Pack. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to say that quick. $17 to start the week. Highest sale 41, latest sale of 30. Did nothing but go up this week, probably because he's done decent in the first week or so of baseball. I would either sell it or hold it. I'd probably sell it. Next, Kevin Porter Jr., 2019 Prism Silver. Pop count of 519, up 49% on the week. KPJ lovers, he's on the list, although I think it's kind of artificial. 300 to start the week, 281, and then the latest sale of 447. See, that doesn't make any sense. Why it goes from 281 to 447. Let's pull this back real quick, 60 days. I mean, to get that kind of justified spike, something very... Remember I was saying sell Kevin Porter Jr. back here. Not because he's not a good player, because it was about hype. And the hype couldn't keep up the steam. No way. See, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, for a card to jump like this, you'd have to hit a game winner to, win a playoff series for that kind of jump to happen. So I'll look at eBay, but it's not going to be anywhere near that. And unless these people are nuts, which they could be. They could be totally nuts. Yeah, wait, let me look. What does that card look like? Do you like when they have pictures of the silver, do you like it more when they actually show them being silver like this, or do you like them more with the kind of rainbow effect? I kind of like the rainbow effect more when they have the stock pictures or whatever. That's my opinion. Where are we at? Let's get to it. These are all mosaics. eBay, what's up? There we go. 525. 525? Yeah, they're nuts. You're nuts. You're nuts. You're absolutely nuts. You're nuts. You're so nuts. Nope. No way. Anyways, yeah, sell the hell out of it if someone will buy it. Next on the list, Daniel Jones, 2019 Select Concourse, pop count of 354. I love buying football this time of year because it's solid off season. Things should just kind of tick up until the season starts, especially for a quarterback who just got Kenny Golladay a bit ago, who's going to have Saquon Barkley coming back. This is a guy that I've recommended to the Sports Card Society, and we've already made some good gains, and we expect to, and we're not selling yet. We're waiting for these cards to go up even more as we get closer to the season. So me and the Sports Card Society have bought some of these up. Pop count of 354. Link in description, by the way, sportscardsociety.com. Up 49% on the week. Let's pull up this chart. Started the week at 116. There's 115. Then it jumped up to 172. Let's pull this back 90 days. While I get some coffee. Come on, chart. You can do it. Isn't that a nice looking chart? Just kind of going up. And it should just kind of keep going up. Because people just, as the hype builds, remember the NFL draft is at the end of this month. That is going to bring in a lot of hype to NFL. And then it's just going to be, the media machine is just going to be talking more and more about football. The market, the people, the fans, the public are just going to be more and more interested in football because now there's fresh meat. The NFL draft, the people that got drafted. And so that's when people really start paying attention to football again. Select, I think, is on the come up. No doubt pop count's pretty low, only 354, but in football, pop counts aren't super high like they are in basketball. I do think that this sale here is a little too much. This is when Kenny Golladay came into the picture. And then it cooled down, but it drove it up, and then a big spike, and then it cooled down to about a little over 100. But we were buying this for under $100. That's ridiculous. This card, I think this card's going to get to well over 200 by maybe 250, maybe 300 by the time the season rolls around. 200 to 300 is where I think it's going to land. So, yeah, when me and the society were buying this back here for under $100, it was just a no-brainer. Let's see here. Let's pull up this PSA 9 also. Hopefully that's in here. No, they don't have that one in here. But I would be. Let's search again so I can go to eBay. I wouldn't pay 170. That's just ridiculous. Let's go to eBay and see what they're listed for. 145. Let's sort this thing. I'd come in here and make an offer. I'm cool with that. I mean, I think the real value of this card is somewhere around 115, 120. But I'd come in here and make an offer around like 115, 120, and try to work it out, try to get it for under 130. Because I'm not sweating over a few extra bucks. Because this card's just going to go up. Like I said, it's going to be somewhere between $200 and $300 by the time the season rolls around. Probably like maybe even more, maybe even over 300. That would not surprise me at all. Like these cards, as we get closer to the season, the FOMO really starts hitting people and they start bidding up really fast. That's what happens. And that's why I buy months ahead of time, because most people don't have the patience to do that. But I'm in this game not to gamble. I'm in this game to get returns. And that's what I help the society do. That's the role. If you're in this to gamble and try to buy a card to flip it quick in a week, all right, cool, that's fine. But you're going to get burned on that a lot. I'm trying to literally lose as little as possible. I'm trying to win as close to 100% of the time as possible, right? Because a win on a sports card can be 30, 50, 100% if you play it right. And if you buy things right in the off season, your wins can be well over 100% in a several month period. And you just can't get too goddamn greedy. You got to be very happy with that. Hell, if you only make 50% in 3-4 months, you got to be happy with that, because that's ridiculous. Where else can you get that kind of return? Start focusing, in my opinion. Start focusing on this instead of a quick way to get money. Chill out, stop gambling, and use it as an actual investment vehicle. Do you sit there and day trade stocks? Probably not. But a lot of people sit here and try to day trade sports cards. That's silly. That's just gambling. You're going to lose a lot of times in those scenarios, because you're forcing it. You got to let the market play the way it plays. And so when you buy several months prior to the season, and you buy in the off season, and you just have the patience to wait for the season to come back in, that's where you get basically guaranteed gains. The only things that can stop you are if the person somehow gets hurt in the off season, or some scandal comes out, a la Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? That's also why you diversify. You don't put all your chips in one basket. Theoretically, you're I'll just buy all Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, you could. And as long as nothing happens, that's a good investment. But what if something does happen? Yeah, then you got to hold for much longer. That's for sure. So I like diversifying, and these were just really good. I think these are still a really good price. I'll put a link for that in the description. I hope that was helpful for you, the way I laid that out. Next on the list, and the last one of the list, is Jarrett Stidham. His 2019 Prism, pop count of 949. You got almost 1,000 people have gotten you. Jeez, come on, people, get over Jarrett Stidham. Up 48% on the week. I said buy football, but not any football. Jarrett Stidham is not a guy that I'm buying. Here he is starting the week at 39. There's one at 45. There's one at 70. Well, he could play. Yeah, he could. But I also try to not speculate very much. I just buy good players. Because I know what's going to happen. When you come and buy a guy like this, you're hoping for him to really come in and do something. Have some be announced the starter, come in and have some big win over the Chiefs or something. That's what you're hoping for, because you're oh, it's so low. $45. If he comes in and he plays and he plays the Chiefs, maybe he beats the Chiefs, all those things are going to go to the moon. Yeah, it is. But that's probably not going to happen. That's gambling. And if you want to do a little bit of that in your diversified portfolio, sure, I can understand that. That high risk, high reward type thing. I mean, I wouldn't call this high risk because it's so cheap, right? I'd still call it low risk, but I'd still say it's a low probability of a positive ROI, return on investment. Let me get some coffee. This is making me thirsty. But yeah, there's just other people. I'd just rather not buy. I mean, he's ticking up. But Cam Newton's going to be the starter. I don't understand. I'm just not buying. If you want to, fine. I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, if by the time, I don't know, by the time the draft happens, if this card goes up some, I don't know, man. Look at it. It's all over the place, too. This is a graded card. 54, 36, 56, 39, 75, 45. That's what a raw card's chart looks like. Why does a raw card's chart look like that? Because condition varies so much on a raw card. People pay different amounts for it. If one's off-centered, someone's going to pay 22. But if one's perfectly centered, someone's going to pay 70. See what I'm saying? But this is a PSA 10. They're all the same, theoretically. So it should be much more fluid than this. This is... No, thank you. If I have it, I'm holding it, but I'm not buying it, and I'll be looking to sell it. I'll set a number. Maybe it's $60, maybe it's $75, and I'm just gonna sell it. I'm gonna take my profit and get out. But I ain't buying. So that was a list today. I mean, we had 1, 2, 3 football players. One of them obviously being a Hall of Famer and retired. 1, 2, 3, 4 baseball players. 1, 2, 3 basketball players. So it was a decent mix in there. No soccer players, no hockey players. I kind of thought I'd see some soccer in here, but we didn't. So that's what it was today. I still say it's a good time to buy football. I'll put a link in the description for the cards I thought were worth a consideration of buying. Of course, join the Sports Card Society. I mean, $12.99 a month. It's like 40 cents a day. You'll get some great picks. I research a lot every day, and I find great cards. I find way more than I can buy. I've gotten pretty good at this. And actually, I put together a course called the Delta Factor, which shows how I do all this technical analysis. Not that it's real hard to understand, because I lay it out pretty good in about 7-8 videos, 3-4 hours of content. I lay out how to do technical analysis and be able to identify undervalued sports cards. Like this one right here is a picture of a Luka that I was looking at. And these were going down. I think this is the Prism, I think this is the Optic, and I think this is the Select. And I identified, this is interesting. The Select is going up. But also, how did I even know to chart these against each other? I go over all that stuff in the Delta Factor, how to find buy signals. That's really what it's about, which is finding the undervalued sports cards, the outliers that are lagging or something, that are about to go up more, that have more room to go up. So check that out, Delta Factor, and link for it in the description. Plus, you get a couple bonuses with it. You get a free month of the society and a whole year access to the private Discord. So good stuff. But that was the list today. Again, help me reach my goal of 3,000. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you're still watching. I really appreciate that. Give me a little support here. But that's the list. I'll put the links for the ones I think are a good buy in there. If you want the audio, it's on the podcast. The Market Movers tool, the code for that is Society for 20% off your first month of your first year. And I don't know, man. I'm just getting excited about it getting nice outside, and sport. And I can't wait for the NBA playoffs to start, or as we get closer, because I'm just like basketball. I'm kind of it's kind of the lull of the season, because there's teams that know they're not going to make it, so they're not playing very well. The guys that are on good teams, when they play the crappy teams, they're not putting forth full effort, because they're whatever, we can beat these guys, doesn't matter. It's only when you see these other playoff teams play against each other, But as you get closer to the playoffs, us as fans we'll get a lot more excited. So I'm excited for that. Baseball's in full swing. That's cool and all, but that's a long season. I'm excited for the NFL draft. It's getting sunny out. I love it. But anyways, that was the top 10. Stay classy, Card Pack. Thank you for watching. You're so awesome. I'll see you tomorrow.